Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. It's been a while, I know. I've run out of ideas for videos, to be honest, and I've been busy with work, and yeah, that's pretty much it. But the other day, I had come across this podcast, a series of podcasts. It's by these two dietitians in Vancouver, Ali and Hannah, and I'd heard about them through the Looking Glass Foundation, the one program I've been kind of keeping in touch with for probably a good like half a year now. So they're kind of connected to the Looking Glass in that way. But they have a podcast. You can listen to it on like any way you can like listen to podcasts. So they're on Spotify, they're on like Amazon, Apple, like anywhere you can listen to podcasts. And it's called Let Us Eat Cake. And I've been listening to a few of their podcasts, and they're really informative, and they kind of put things in a different perspective, I guess, on like different ways to think about things. And one of the things that I liked about this one in particular, I forget what the topic was on for the podcast. There's a few I watched already or listened to already, but they compared like your eating disorder and your body to a relationship, but it was like I've heard it explained to me like a relationship before, but I don't know, just the ways they compared it this time were a little bit different that I hadn't heard before, and I thought it was kind of interesting, and like I could like connect the two. But they compared it to like an abusive relationship, and I've heard about an abusive relationship before, but the way they described it, I'm like, it's so true, because when somebody's in an abusive relationship, oftentimes like the person, they still stick with this person even though they're abusive to them, but it's because the abusive partner they're continually like, I guess, what's the word I'm looking for? They're continually like manipulating them and persuading them that they are okay, and that every time they like abuse them or like verbally say stuff to them, like it's okay, like and they try to make up for it and say, oh, well, I don't know, but that's kind of like your eating disorder, and it will give you lots of promises. So even though it says one thing and it'll promise something, just like in X or like an abusive ex, they'll promise you something that interests you, and then they'll fail you. And then since that didn't work, then they'll like promise something else that interests you in a different way, and then when that fails, then they'll just try get you to, or promise you something in another way, and that's like your eating disorder. So it's like with all these diets that you see, and that's why diets don't work, because they promise you one thing. So they could say like, oh, go on this diet because you can eat like anything you want and lose weight, and when you go on that diet and it fails you, then you'll just look to another diet that might appeal to you in a different way. So it could be like, I don't know, eat so many carbs and still lose weight. I don't know. So like, yeah, just the different diets, and that's how you get into like diet cycling, because it promises you one thing and it appeals to you, and you think that it could be sustainable, but sorry, my camera's like shaking because Kai is shaking the table. But yeah, they continually promise you things and try to appeal to you, and they never work. And why it doesn't work and why you move to a different diet is because it's just another form of restriction. So maybe you're not restricting calories as per se, and you think that it's okay, and you have like, I don't know, you're not counting calories and you're not restricting yourself in that way, but it could be that you are trying to eat healthier and then you have like these forbidden foods, like you don't allow yourself to have desserts or sugar, and you're depriving your body of like those things that you would really like, but you're telling yourself no, they're bad and you can't have them. So then it just makes your body crave them more, and then that's why you end up it fails, and then you end up caving in, and then you might end up like binging on those foods or caving in and having those foods later on, and then you feel bad about it, then you start restricting them again, and it's just a whole cycle. Everything about a diet is just a cycle. It's like restriction and then giving into whatever you want. So, I remember the name of the podcast. It was the one, they were talking about this book and they were interviewing the author of it. It was called The Epic Diet. And yeah, I can link everything below if you wanted to check it out. But I haven't read the book personally, but they were just talking about it. But it makes a lot of sense what they were saying and why diets don't work and why dietings fail. Because yeah, if you're restricting your body in any way, not just calorically, you're going to give in at some point. So yeah, dieting, it just doesn't work. And that was just one of the podcasts that I listened to. There was a few other ones. There was one that was quite good. It talked about set point weight. I know lots of people have questions about that in recovery, like what's their set point weight? Is there such thing as set point weight? There was one on even like, not just like body and stuff. It could be, they had one on caffeine, if it's actually good for you or not. I know they're just like a whole bunch of different ones. They cover like a variety of topics. It's not just like eating disorder things, but they talk about everything like health related, and they're just like really fun and outgoing and knowledgeable. And actually, if you check out their Instagram, Eat Cake Pod, the two dietitians, Ali and Hannah, they get on there every day at, well, 2 o'clock it would be, is it Pacific time? And it's whatever Vancouver time is, 2 o'clock Vancouver time, and they will do an Instagram live, and anybody can join in on their Instagram live, and they call it Snack Time and Chill. And they just have their snacks there. Anybody can join, have their snacks along with them too, and they just like chat and yeah, interact with you. And I don't know, just like well, for 15 minutes, it's just like a fun 15 minutes. They'll do like fun facts. It's not like all health and everything that they talk about. It's just like you join in and just like a casual conversation, and it's to help people out. If I don't know, it's just like during snack time or whatever. It happens to be around like 5 o'clock my time, so like kind of around my supper. So what I'll do, I'll get my supper ready, and I will tune in when they go live. And yeah, it's kind of a good distraction, a little bit of meal support, since there's not really any programs where I am. And yeah, they're just really fun, down to earth, and yeah, they're just a chill time to, I guess, hence the name Snack Time and Chill. But yeah, they are, yeah, if you want to go check that out, if you are kind of struggling around meals and kind of want to have the support of someone else, yeah, check in, and they'll even ask you like, what are you having for your snack today? And people can join in and tell them what you're having. And yeah, they're pretty at like interacting with you too, reading your comments. So yeah, check that out. Check out their podcast, and that was just a little bit of what I learned from listening to them. And I think I am going to go paint my nails now. My nails haven't been done in a while and they're looking pretty gross, and I have some time, so I'm going to go do that, and we will see you guys in another video. Bye.